Hey you guys, it's Kenyatta, and I am coming to you today with my book haul for July and also just a wrap up of everything I read this month. Um, I will, I'm still working on my laptop. I want to post some, nail videos, but it's just, I'm just trying to plan this wedding and oh my goodness, and just some other stuff going on. It's just getting away from me. So right now I'm just going to um do this wrap up for my July books, and probably eventually I'm probably just going to separate my books from this channel because you know I like my books and I like my nails, but I probably separate the two. You know, just so the people who don't like books don't have to see all books on the timeline, and people who like to see my books don't have to see nails all on their timeline. So okay, so I'm gonna start with the books that I received as gifts this month. See, I am okay. So the books that I received as gifts, this is one of them. I don't actually have the book here because I let somebody read it. It is called Unsweetened by Jodie Sweetin with John Warwick. And she is the little girl from Full House. So this is one Stanley Tanner's bubbly daughter on America's favorite family sitcom. Jodie Sweetin takes readers behind the scenes of Full House and shares her terrifying and uplifting real-life story of addiction and recovery. And the next book I got from my daughter, I believe she said she purchased these from the Dollar Tree. It's called The Life and Death of Sophie Stark, a novel by Anna North. I have no idea what this is about. Gripping and provocative, The Life and Death of Sophie Stark is a haunting story of fame, love, and legacy, told through the propulsive rise of an iconoclastic artist. Sophie Stark begins her filmmaking career by creating a documentary about her obsession, Daniel, a college basketball star. But when she becomes too invasive, she finds herself the victim of a cruel retribution. The humiliation doesn't stop her. Visionary and unapologetic, Sophie begins to use stories from the lives of those around her to create movies, and she gains critical recognition, acclaim. She risks betraying the one she loves most. It sounds really interesting. I would definitely be reading this. I'm gonna put this in my fall TBR stack. Sounds like a good book for this fall to read. The next book my daughter got me was Dangerous Creatures. This book was given to me. I work in a mall, and there's the people who exercise, I call them walkers. Yeah, I watch too much Walking Dead. And one of the walkers always sees me reading a book, so he gave me a stack of books. This ain't all of them, but they were like fashion and beauty books, and this is the only one that was really like a book that you can actually read. So, but he was really nice and just gave me just a stack of books. Okay, this book my daughter gave me, Dangerous Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. And these are from the Artists of Beautiful Creatures. This cover feels like really, really beautiful, like so lovely. Okay, and I've never read this series. I hope it's like the movie Beautiful Creatures, because I love that movie. Really? Yes, it is. Riley Duquesne is a nobody heroine. She's a dark caster, a siren. She can make you do anything. You can't trust her or yourself when she's around. and she'll be the first to tell you to stay away, especially if you're going to do something as stupid as fall in love with her. Lucky for Ridley, her wannabe rocker boyfriend, Wesley Lincoln, never listens to anyone. Link doesn't care if Red's no good for him, and he takes her along when he leaves small town Gatlin to follow his rock star dream. He teams up with a ragtag group of dark casters, and when the band scores a gig at a hot underground club, it looks like all of Link's dreams are about to come true. But New York City is a dangerous place for both casters and immortals, and soon Ridley realized that Link's bandmates are keeping secrets. With bad boy club owner Lennox Gates on her heels, Rid is determined to find out the truth. What she discovers is worse than she could have imagined. Link has a price on his head that no caster or mortal can ever pay. With their lives on the line, what's a siren to do? Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go buy the first book because I hate starting series in the middle. So thank you to my daughter for these 2 books. I'm so tired. I just came back from playing field and I am super tired. Okay, so the next 2 books are books that I purchased myself. I got this from Amazon. It is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. And this is the 20th anniversary edition, Ravenclaw. One of the UK special edition covers. It is so lovely. This is one of the books that I actually read, on audio, listened to it on audio this month. I've already read Harry Potter series. I actually read the last book 3 times. This is my favorite book of the Harry Potter series. And I actually ordered the Philosopher's Stone as well, but it did not arrive first. So this came, and this book is like so freaking awesome. Like, it feels lovely and it's so beautiful. This is the Ravenclaw edition. Okay, and the second book I bought from Amazon is Lost. And I couldn't remember if I bought this in June or July. I buy so much stuff. But, so I'm going to show this anyway. It may or may not have been in my last video because I couldn't remember because I had my stacks mixed up. So, this is Lost by PC Cast and Christian Cast. Now, this is one of my favorite young adults vampire series. I started reading House of Night series years ago. And I first went into, it was Thanksgiving, I went into Borders, I think, and I picked up the 3rd book just because I liked the cover. And then I realized, oh, this is the 3rd book, so I went and bought the first 2 books and also the next 2 books. So I had the first 5 books and I started reading. I introduced them to my son. He started reading it, and I just had continued on the cycle now. And if you saw my last video, I explained that I had lost my books, a lot of my books, a while ago, and it was just a tragic time, a dark time, and those books were included in that I lost. So right now on my shelf I only have Betrayed and Hunted because I gotta rebuy all those books again. And I just now discovered that they had continued with it. So I bought this at a pre oh my god, I'm tired. What is the word? I don't know, when you buy it before it actually comes out. Pre-order. I pre-ordered this at a discount price, so I went on about this before the book prior to this. So I cannot start this book until I get the other one, but I might start the series over again because it's been years since I read the rest. So, but I'm definitely going to rebuy those books. It's just, you know, it's been a lot going on in my life, and I had to really put my purchasing of books on hold. But I have continued to read all this time. I just didn't keep track on it. I didn't start my own Goodreads back up until recently. And so Yeah, but I've always been a reader. I just, oh Lord Jesus, just so much stuff that goes on. So yeah, that was that. This is the House of Night Lost, House of Night of the World. Yeah, and this is continuation of the moments other Kevin returns to this world begins trouble begins. Thankfully he finds friends and allies, some expected, some unexpected, and soon discovers he, like his sister, can wield old magic. But without a mentor to help him, will Kevin be tempted to embrace darkness? Back in Tulsa, things have settled down since Zoe and the gang closed the tear between worlds. A new school year has begun in Zoe's exchange student program. With public schools, it's really taking off. All is well. But if all is well, why is Zoe increasingly withdrawn and moody? Okay. It's always something up with these kids, so I'm so curious about what's going on. I'm lost just reading that because, of course, I am behind on the House of Night series, and I'm definitely behind on this because, like I said, I just realized that they came out with a continuation. So yes, I'm excited about starting them back up. Now on my out crate, I got My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This book is awesome. Jane Eyre is one of my favorite classic books, so I am definitely interested in reading this. You know, I love twisted up stories. Let's see if you can see. Like, I love the Once Upon a Time series. This is Regina. Because they twisted up all those fairy tales. And her twist is she has the dwarves underneath her, but they're Disney dwarves and they're dead. And I got like twisted fairy tales. Like here's Snow White. She's a zombie. I got the talking mirror right here, but it's Hello Kitty. I got Ariel, but she's a pinup. You know, I got Jasmine and Aladdin, a genie. She's holding Aladdin's severed head. You know, I got Pocahontas holding a bleeding heart. And they all the princesses are tatted up. And I'm not done, but I love twisted up fairy tales. But this is one of my favorite classic books, so to find it twisted up, yes, I'm loving that. Best friends with tired, excuse me. Yes. Best friends with Jane. Best friends with the ghost Jane has endured years of hardship and misery and is ready to embark on a new life as a governess at Thornfield Hall. She's rather poor, she's rather plain. Also, she has terrible taste in men. Just trying to tell her no, Charlotte is an aspiring novelist. Yes, she's that, Charlotte. And she's determined to capture her friend Jane's story, even if it means worming her way into the most epic ghost hunt this side of Wuthering Heights. Ghost hunter extraordinaire Alexander is an agent of the Society for the Recollection of Wayward Spirits. He's about to discover something very disturbing going on at a little place called Thornfield. So yes, I'm very interested in this, and this came in my Out Crate July box. And this is, it has the, I think that's called Deco Edges. And it is a signed copy. Now, I'm actually reading this currently. This is Becoming Jane Eyre by Sheila Kohler. And this is actually, it has the Deco Edges too. This is actually a book about Charlotte Bronte as she's writing Jane Eyre, creating Jane Eyre. But this is a fiction book, so this author wrote a fiction book about the author writing Jane Eyre. So I thought that was really interesting. I am 137 pages in it. It's a bit of a slow read. It's a bit of a slow read, and between working and watching Once Upon a Time series over with my son, it's just hard to get this in some days, but I will be getting into it. I'm not reading today until I get these lashes off. I got lashes done yesterday, and my eyes been running for yesterday and today, and I'm about to take them off because I can't do this. This is torture. I feel like I got pink eye. So yes, so I like this. I'm reading it. Oh, I'm also listening to on audio at the same time Before They Were Left Behind Part 2, The Regime. So yes, those are the two books I'm reading right now. Also in a book club, call number club, I got How to Love a Jamaican by Alexia Arthurs. I think I gave this book a 2 out of 5. I really didn't like this book. It jumped around too much. I mean, I know it's a book full of short stories. That's not what I mean by jump around. It jumped from narrators. Like, it's hard to figure out who's talking. Like, you go from this character, then you jump from this character, and it was hard to follow. And the stories had good potential to be good, and I didn't like the endings of the stories because it was just like left me wondering, okay, now what? So yeah, I'm not a fan of this book at all. In my book club, Book of the Month club, I love Book of the Month club. I almost didn't when I got into it at a $5 promotional thing, and the first book I got was The Kish Quoting, and then I canceled it, and then I redid it because I don't know. I've always liked the Book of the Month club. I was subscribed to it years ago when it was different. So I subscribed back. So for my July selection, I got The Chalk Man, and this is about, I haven't read this yet. So from what I understand, it's about these group of kids who leave messages for their friends by leaving a chalk figure on the ground, and one of the kids follows the chalk figure into the woods and finds a dead body, and years later they're sent a message with a chalk figure, the same one he found, and they think it might be a prank until one of the boys' friends from childhood ends up dead. So this is definitely a book that I will be reading, during this cold season, Halloween, yay. And I say cold season because where I live at, we just don't know. It could be snowing. One day it could be sun out the next day. I don't know, but it's a good October creepy book. Okay, next book I got is The Philosophers Flight. I did read this. This was a slow read. I really wanted to love this book. I really did, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's about this guy. Oh, my memory is so bad. Robert. Is it Robert Reck? No. His name is Robert Weeks. And he, let me just read it because I'm sleepy. My memory's bad. 18-year-old Robert Weeks is one of the few men who practice empirical philosophy, an arcane female-dominated branch of science used to summon the wind, heal the injured, and even fly. He has always dreamed of being the first man to join the U.S. Artillery Corps Rescue and Evacuation Department, an elite team of flying medics, but everyone knows that's impossible. Men can barely get off the ground. He's accepted into this school. Now, he's not the only man there, but it is rare for the men to go into the field that he wants to. So this book is basically follows it's almost like him going into a racial situation, like for women, when it was male dominated world, how women had to get their foot in the door a lot of places. It was kind of like that, like a reversal, and it was really interesting. It was a slow read, and I kept falling asleep reading it. I don't hate it. I don't love it, and I don't see myself rereading a book. And that's when I say that I really like a book, really love a book, because I will reread it. Like I am going through the Harry Potter series again because I really love it. And The Regime, The Left Behind, I've already read that book, but I'm rereading it because I love it. The next book I got was Spinny Silver by Naomi Novik. And this is a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin, because like I said, I love twisted up fairy tales. So of course, when I seen this in the July selection, there I go again, can't talk. July selection, I had to get this. With the Nubella, oh God, oh my God. See, this is why I need a laptop, so I can edit all this foolishness out of here. But unfortunately, I can't. Miriam is the daughter and granddaughter of moneylenders, but her father's inability to collect his debts has left his family on the edge of poverty. When Miriam takes matters into her own hand, hardening her heart, the young woman sets out to claim what is owed and soon gains a reputation for being able to turn silver into gold. When an ill-advised boast draws the attention of the King of Stark, grim fate creatures who see more ice than flesh, Miriam's fate and that of two kingdoms will be forever altered. Set an impossible challenge by the nameless king, Miriam unwittingly spins a web that draws a peasant girl, Wanda, and the unhappy daughter of a local lord who plots to wed his child to the dashing young star. Star. It's T-S-A-R. Sar. But Sar Mariniadis, it's a really hard name to pronounce, is not what he seems, as the secret he hides threatens to consume the land of humans and Stark alike. Torn between deadly choices, Miriam and her two unlikely allies embark on a desperate quest that will take them to the limits of sacrifice, power, and love. Channeling the vibrant heart of myth and fairy tales, Spinny Silver weaves a multi-layered magical tapestry that readers will want to return to again and again. So, I really cannot wait to read this. I'm actually thinking of starting this one next. So, but we'll see. It really yeah, because I have to start the next, because I'm reading audio. The next book I'm gonna be listening to is Prisoner Azkaban once I finish the Regime 2 again. So I might start this next, but first I gotta finish Becoming Jane Eyre. And like I said, this book it's not that long. It's just, I work, so it's, I gotta work in between clients. If you didn't know, I'm a nail tech, and so I just gotta work in between. I gotta read in between when I'm not working, and sometimes I'm up late reading. So this book is 234 pages, and I'm on 137, so it's not a lot left to go. So I'll probably be starting this really soon. So that is it for my July haul, the ones that I'm showing anyway, because like I said, I got some books, but they're like fashion books and beauty. Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen, and a book from Sephora. And the Sephora book will actually come in handy when I start school, because I do plan on going to school for esthetician next year, sometime after my wedding. If the wedding just doesn't touch my school, the money I'm gonna have for my school. If not, then I'm gonna have to put out to the next year. But it'll all work out. I'm staying positive. This wedding is stressful. And so, yes. So, thank you for taking the time to watch. Feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.